Uncle Creepy tells your tales.
I was dressed to impress. I had a date later that evening. He was meeting me at my flat. It was 7 p.m. and I was reading my little girl a bedtime story when I heard footsteps coming up the stairs. He was early. I told my daughter to be quiet and stay where she was. She knew the drill. I stood in her bedroom doorway ready to acknowledge our intruder. A man, my date, appeared at the top of the stairs wielding a 6-inch knife. He was a broad-shouldered guy, standing at 5'10" and wearing a beanie hat. Great. Set up again, I thought. These fools never learn. I stood, calmly maintaining eye contact as my date inched towards me, twisting his knife up and down in a perverted manner. He obviously had no idea who he was dealing with. He was grinning. He was enjoying his moment, or at least what he thought was his moment. I looked and smiled at him. His face, still grinning, took on a slightly puzzled look. He still looked bemused a second before I kicked the small toy onto the landing. Just as he turned to investigate the noise, I smashed a wonderful left uppercut into his chin. His head snapped back delightfully before falling back over onto the floor. I grabbed my daughter's blanket and threw it over him. He struggled and fought with it, and managed to get to his feet just as I pushed him down the stairs. He thumped to the bottom, and I heard a groan of pain. I strolled into my bathroom just in time to hear him shout, "You stupid bitch! You're going to pay for that!" I pulled a can of my favourite deodorant from my bathroom cupboard, Oriental Spice. I walked back to the landing, admiring my toned body in the mirror on the way. I stood just round the corner from the landing and waited for him to get back to the top. I listened to him running upstairs, growling with pain and frustration. I sprang round and sprayed his eyes full of Oriental Spice. "You fucking cunt!" he screamed. Well, that was it. I couldn't hold back anymore. I burst out laughing at this pitiful excuse of a man. He was wiping the streams of tears away from his eyes, half blind, trying to grab me. "Just you wait, bitch! Fucking bitch! Fucking bitch!" I slipped past him to my room where I grabbed my trusted box cutter. I feigned falling over, and sure enough the moron went to where I made the sound. He was still unable to see clearly, and was swinging the knife wildly. He arched for me, but I saw it coming a mile off and easily rolled under it, stepping across to his side before he knew anything about it. I deftly flicked the cutter at his hand and he dropped the knife he was using so badly. This guy was a pussy. He grabbed his hand when he should have been keeping his legs shut. I smashed my foot into his balls and he was down on his knees. It must have really hurt him because he was breathing like he was giving birth. That stopped though when he felt his own blade pressed against his throat. I heard him gulp before adding, "It was a pleasure meeting you, but I don't think this is going to work out." I didn't need to tell him twice, he was up and away, feeling his way down the stairs. I walked behind him. It's polite to see a guest out. He managed to get the door open and stumbled and tripped out into the yard. He looked up at me. I was jealous of the view he had. "Don't worry, I won't be back," he said. I slammed the door behind me and saw my daughter at the top of the stairs, her smile beaming. I smiled back at her.
Mummy, fat man. Wow, silly.
I couldn't disagree with her. Top tip: if you are ever attacked, go for the eyes, because if they can't see you, they're fucked. That stupid bastard was just lucky I couldn't get a babysitter that night.